Ya Ali Madad, community members, it is a great opportunity for me to explain, to take a just small talk on the sales. But before that, you should know who is talking about, so that it will give you an interesting. Okay, just this brief introduction about me. My name is Hemant Rawal. I have done my science graduation and did MBA from one of the premier institutions in India in 1999. Then I have 19 years of experience work with different organizations. I have been trained by different professionals having more than 20 years of experience in corporate. Started selling very small thing like a credit card to then I work with multinational companies like Sanofi Syntelabo, work with a company like Intas, work with an American company like Quintile, which shaped my career, which shaped my career in the sales. So maybe if you see what is sales you can consider is like it's one of the most challenging profession in the organization. That's why it is highly paid. It's the highest paid department in any company, and no company can afford to have a weak sales department, because it is the department which feed other departments. And it is only sales which is known as a sales force, because sales is the department, sales is the profession which meets uncertainty like a force. Okay, so this is about sales, but if you see what exactly is the sales, if you ask yourself, sales is something like in the exchange of idea, in the exchange of goods, in the exchange of services, in the exchange of all the anything which gives you a desirable like valuable things. Not necessary it should be a cash or money. If you see, we are inbuilt. We are born salespeople. All of us are born salespeople. I give you some example which you observe on a daily basis. One of the example, for example, if you see like a small child is crying for certain things, he or she is selling the peace at home, peace of mind of the parents against the toy what may he want. A young boy is proposing a girl. He wants to buy the time of the girl, or wants to stay with the girl for the rest of his life, and he is selling his genuineness, his capability, his capacity to take care of her. In the interview, what are we doing? Either we are in finance or sales or HR or maybe production, but we are selling our 8 hours. We are tendering our 8 hours work against the money what we are claiming for. So sales is everywhere, and it is something which you cannot avoid in your day-to-day life. Now question is, are you really feeling that you are fit for the sales profession? Because we have that inherent quality of sales. That is how we are surviving. You're selling your idea, you're selling your skill to your teacher, to your professor, to your family members against something desirable result. Now that is for the survival. Now I'm going to give you some idea which will help you to find out whether you can choose sales as a profession. It's a different as a skill of survival, and choose as a skill of profession, skill for the growth. Okay, there's a certain point you can evaluate yourself. You don't need anybody to tell you whether you're a good salesman or not, whether you should choose sales as a good as your profession or not. Here are some points. It takes your basic. If you have these basic characteristics, you can sell. Yes, you can say that yes, you will be successful in the sales. And the first element for you to be a successful salesperson is facing a rejection. Are you ready to face the rejection? Because sales is a field of rejection. Nobody welcomes a salesman. People pretend big when they are talking, when they are interacting with salesmen. For example, like you asked yourself in your whole life, I mean, you must be in your 20s, 30s, or 40s. Ask yourself how many times you have taken a rejection as a challenge and rejection didn't break you. Many times it's a personality. Sometimes if you cannot handle rejection, I don't think sales is good. I think sales is not the right profession for you. Compromise with the ego is second thing. I would say, like, when you are dealing with a customer, maybe customer's income is much lower than you, or his education is much lower than you, or maybe his understanding is much lower than you. But he or she feels himself like a king, and you have to treat them like a king, because that is what you have been trained. That is what you have. Your main objective is to get the desired result, desired outcome from your customer. Third thing is compromise with the schedule and comfort. You have to compromise with your schedule in terms of, like, you cannot meet the customer at their convenience. I mean, you cannot meet customer at your convenience. You have to meet them at their convenience, at their time, at that place, at their comfort, not your comfort. So that is another thing which you can check. Yes, are you fine for compromising your comfort, compromising your schedule? Adjustable approach is the fourth. What I want you to make a note of it is, like, you have to compromise with your choice. If you are adjustable, means sometimes it happens, like, the customer is wrong, but you have to adjust with your approach. You have to adjust with your opinion, and that is something called adjustable approach. Fifth thing, the most important thing, is resistance. Resistance is a part of your profession. Nobody wants to see salesmen. Resistance will be there when people don't agree with you. People don't find your concept is relevant. But it doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that you accept it. You will find resistance within the organization as well. You will find, if you find that people don't agree with you, with your product, even if they are not your potential buyer, but they will resist. They'll just tell you, no, this is not relevant. Irrelevant people or relevant people will just resist, and few people will just resist because they see you're trying to show something. Your skill or your product. Then people will start resisting for no reason. Even you have not given them any reasons, they will resist because they just want to resist. People within organization will resist when you come with a new idea. With time, when you grow in your organization, when you come with new idea, new project, new concept, people will simply resist. And if you break down during facing that resistance, it will not take you far. Challenges within the organization. Now, as I have mentioned earlier, like, sales is the highest paid people, and you find that you're the highest resource sucking department. So you will find that the challenges within the organization is, like, for example, it is the department where it is only end result which makes a difference. Compared to all the other department, they can show their progress on a day-to-day basis depending on how fast they have completed the task. And all the department, either it is a finance or store or HR, there is a way by which you can show your progress. You can tally your account and you can say, yes, I am working. But in the sales, until the final result doesn't come, you will find you'll find a lot of resistance, and and that is something which you can say as a challenge. Now, whatever effort you put by meeting number of customers, by meeting number of, by introducing different strategy, your rejection will not be counted. It is only the sale which will be counted. So your effort will not be counted, unlike other department. So that is something challenge within the organization, and you have to keep on buying the time, because sales is a process. You cannot produce the result as fast as your organization wants, as fast as, and so you find critics within the organization, you find critics outside organization, because they don't know how much rejection you have faced, they don't know how much challenges you are facing in day-to-day time, in day-to-day basis. So that is something you find challenge within the organization. If you are not good handling and tackling challenges within the organization, irrelevant people within the organization can pass on some comment on your performance, and you have to hear, you have to swallow that. If you are not good in swallowing those critics, it will be difficult for you. Time flexibility. This is one of the another key, last but not least important, key element which will determine whether you will be successful in the sales or not. Because you are working for 8 hours or 12 hours as per the company record, but in other sense you are working for 24 hours. When you are not meeting the customer, you are thinking about customer, how I convince him, what makes my product to be more successful. So your mind has to work for 24 hours. That is the flexibility it requires. The store job, when you have to lock the door of your store, you're free, you're fine, you're okay until next day you come and you open the door, and then you resume the job. But sales is not the way, because in your absence also sale is happening. When you are not at the job, you have to think about how to improve your performance, how to convince the customer, how to handle the queries. So this is something about time flexibility I would like to tell you. What I explained you so far is what exactly the sales and what makes you to be a good successful salesman. Now these are the inherent qualities of somebody need to have to be a good salesman. Now those who don't have this quality, it doesn't mean that they are not fine. They're the people, those who are very rigid in their approach, and then they are successful in other professions. They are the people, those who are very secretive in nature. They don't accept resistance. They don't accept those things. They are the people. They are the profession where such people make their career. For example, let me just give you an example of somebody is like in the armed forces. Now, armed forces required all put together different strength, different characteristics than that of a salesperson. Armed forces, I'm just giving an example though. So maybe a salesman may not be a good army man, same way some army man may not be a good salesman. So we have been blessed with inherent qualities. You check your inherent qualities. Are you good at this quality which I have mentioned? If you have this quality, then you are in right profession. And if you have chosen sales as a profession, you are in right profession. I want to tell you something more about, if you have this inherent quality of sales, I may like to tell you that, I have this inherent quality, but still I'm not unable to sell. Maybe somebody say, yes, I can accept the rejection, I can do this, I'm flexible, but what about my performance? Now I'm going to give you some simple 5-step technology, 5-step techniques, which will help you to monitor your sale. No one in this world can give you an assurance or guarantee that give me this product and give me the customer, I'll sell it. No, it won't work like this. It doesn't work like this. How it works is, if you use these techniques, your chances of success will be much higher than that of somebody who is not using these techniques. For example, If customer has decided not to buy from you, he will not buy from you. Accept it. And no one, no damn salesman can challenge, give me one product and give me a customer and I'll sell it. No, it won't work like this. So what works? Okay, I would like to share some good techniques which will help you to monitor your progress. And these steps, if you follow, you have very high chance of selling your product. Not to an individual customer, not to a specific product. If you're meeting 100 people, and if you're using these techniques, out of 100, you will find good number of people. You will take it to the progress, and that progress you keep on checking. You will pursue him, and eventually your success rate, your conversion rate will be much higher than that of those who are not using these techniques. Number one is, let me just start with this. Every sales starts at the bottom of the sales is a target. The target gives you a clarity that what exactly are you selling, and what target gives you a clarity that where are you going. It's like a map. Now, keep your target high, but you break it down into small pieces. Then the small pieces will give you a progress. You will, for example, let me just tell you, if you want to aim something like $100,000, you will not, of course, you will achieve it, but you will not achieve one customer $100,000. You need to break it down. And it is not, as I would repeatedly say, that sales is not an incident or accident. It's a thorough process. If you follow that process, sale is bound to come. If not from this customer, from someone else. If not from someone else, then somebody else. So the key is follow the process. Number one is you make your target divided into small pieces. This will give you an idea that it is like one step at a time, one step at a go. When there are so many interviews, if you see those successful people, those who have those adventurous people, like those who have climbed mountains and Mount Everest and all those things. If you hear this interview, they are saying that they think about the next step, and then again next step, then again next step. Those small steps will help you to travel a big journey to reach somewhere which is your final destination. And so you break it down. The number one is you break it down to small, your target, you break it down to the small pieces, like monthly. Your yearly target should be break it down to the monthly target. Monthly target should be break it down to the weekly target, and then you chase that small target. If you're chasing a very big target, you will not reach there, because you are not following the process. The process is a small target. Try to chase that. Evaluate where have you gone wrong, where have you got right, what worked, what didn't work. Accordingly, you take the next step. Number two is ask yourself, why should my product be bought, or why should people buy my product? If you are your customer, will you buy this product? Ask yourself, and ask the honest answer. If you are saying, if it's me, and if I can afford, I cannot buy this product, that conviction will not come. That convincing power will not come in you. So ask yourself, why should I buy this product? Ask yourself, okay, if not, then why I should not buy this product? And from there you start. That is the first step where your exercise starts. When you are convinced with your product, then only you can able to convince people. If you are not convinced with your product, it will just remain superficial, and you will not able to sell this idea or product or a concept to your customer. Second most important thing is, whatever good salesman you are, your follow-up is your fortune. Study says that whatever we read, after 24 hours, we can only recall 18% of whatever we have read. And whatever we have seen or hear or heard, it is only 32% we can recall after 24 hours. Now you imagine the product or the services or the idea you are dealing with, you are not alone. If you are alone, this is the situation. If I am the only one in this world has this product, after 24 hours, whatever I told somebody, after 24 hours, it is only 32% person will remember. Now you remember the product or services you are dealing with. You may have 8, 10, 20, 50 competitors. And the way you are approaching, they will also approach. So follow-up, fortune is in follow-up. Make sure, and the most successful salespeople in this world, they're saying that the fifth follow-up or sixth follow-up is giving a desired result. If you're wonderful in your product, if your products are absolutely wonderful, if your services are absolutely wonderful, your prices are wonderful, then also to get the desired result, you need to make a follow-up 5 or 6 times. So on 6th visit to your customer, on 6th call, you could get a desired result. Now you see how important it is to make a follow-up. Third point I would like to say is understand your customer. Nobody wants to buy product immediately. And it's true, people don't want to buy product immediately. When whatever good you are, whatever wonderful you are, whatever wonderful is your product, they'll not buy. Because that is called consumer behavior. If you are a consumer, somebody comes and show you something, you will take a pose. You will not buy it. That is how consumers behave. So if you understand your customer, if you understand his need, and then you offer your product as a solution, then chances are very high they'll buy your product. So the key element is understand your customer in terms of meeting him right time, with right product, and give him not your product as a product, you give him as a solution of his problem. So when you want to understand this, you have to understand your customer. You have to study your customer a lot, and accordingly you can put that product as a solution of the challenge what they are facing. Last but not least important is learn every day, because every day you are becoming more and more expensive to your company, to the market, to the industry. The moment you stop learning, your decline starts, your degrowth starts. Learn every day. Relevant learning. Learning, what I mean is relevant learning, relevant to your product, relevant to your industry, relevant to your services if you are in service business. Learn relevant things which will help you to move faster and moving forward. Every sales, as I said, follow a certain pattern. It's very difficult for me to explain you everything in such a short time given. But we are going to introduce a lot of training program, a lot of workshop, and we shall give you that pattern of the sales. When you follow that pattern, you will have an idea where are you going wrong in the sales. Look, it is not crime to fail in sales. It is crime if you don't know why you fail. So in coming videos, I'll give you some pattern. If you follow that pattern, you will have an idea in which stage you failed. So you work on that stage, and then you strengthen yourself on that stage, and a sure result will come. So these are certain things I would like to share in short given time, and it really makes sense for me to be here. And I would like to say thank you very much, tons of thanks, and we shall link up with more videos, with more training program. We are going to do some charity based charge programs for training. We are planning to do some training program for your different department, not only for the sales. And thank you very much once again. God bless you. Do well.